Hey everyone, Effie here. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card, which was posted on our Instagram Reels. And if you're not familiar with the new feature on Instagram, it's kind of like TikTok for Instagram, and I decided to make a clip. And since I had the content, I decided to make a complete YouTube video for people who wanted more details on the actual birthday card that I made. So let's get started. First off, I gold heat embossed our Sweet Bouquet stamp onto watercolor paper. I'm using Canson XL 140-pound watercolor cold pressed paper. And for my paint, I'm using Color Burst powders and Pentel aqua brushes. I'm using a fine tip and a medium tip water brush. So I also have this acrylic block, and you see my brush going off the screen. I kind of use that as a reservoir of clean water. So here I'm just doing some wet in wet watercoloring. Before I put any pigment down with that fine tip brush, I wet the area that I want to paint with some clean water with my medium tip brush. Then I dipped my fine tip brush into some Peony color burst, and then I added pigment onto the inner portions of my floral petals. Once the pigment was on my paper, on that wet paper, and then I use that medium tip brush, which is clean. It just has a little bit of water on it. I took that medium tip brush and I blended that pigment out towards the outer edges of my floral petals to blend that pigment out, because I want a nice blend or a nice gradient from the inner corners of my petals to the outer edges of the petals. I'm going to repeat this process for all of the petals, and then I'll just go back and add some additional peony pigment into the inner portions of the petals, and this is going to add the shading, the contrast to your floral clusters. So next I'm going to add some violet color bursts to these smaller florals. Since these are smaller, you don't have to go too crazy with coloring them. What I do with smaller images like this, I just add the pigment, blend it out, and then move on. Now I'm just going to color in the greens using lime color bursts, and it's really up to you at this point if you want to continue that wet and wet watercoloring technique. It does take a little longer because you're adding that additional step of wetting your paper first with the clean water and then adding the pigment and then blending it out. Honestly, with such small images like these leaves, you can add the pigment down first and then blend it out, and you'll get a similar result. Once I finished painting, I dried the panel with my heat gun, and then I die cut the image using the coordinating die, which was recently released about a month or so ago. And look how gorgeous this Sweet Bouquet floral cluster is. I'm so happy with this image. It looks beautiful watercolored, and the bright colors just really make the image pop. So next I created a side folding card base, an A2 size card base, and then I took this first layer die cut from our diamond plaid layering cover plate dies. I'm just going to use this one layer. I'm not going to do the layering because I just want a really simple background for my card. I glued it onto my card base using Thermoweb's Ultra Bond adhesive, and then I popped up my floral cluster. Next, I'm going to add a sentiment, and these are just from our Easy Expressions line. I have a bunch of sentiments just ready to use, so I just grabbed one and popped it up on my card. Lastly, I'm just going to add some of our clear dewdrop enamel dots for a little bit of interest, and I just added 3 in a visual triangle. And my card is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this project and video. Let me know if you want to see more. Let me know if you want to see the actual videos behind the 15-second clips that I'll be posting on Instagram going forward. If you're not interested in the actual video because the layout is different, let me know. I never like to let content go to waste. So since I had this video, I decided to throw it up on YouTube to see what you guys thought. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because I update it regularly. Thanks, guys. Bye.